When it comes to those things on your to-do list, there's basically only two categories. There's the important, those things that when you do them, your employer or your customer or client are happy and they pay you because that's what you agreed to do for them. Or it moves you toward a goal that you set for yourself. They're important. Then there's the urgent, those things that pop up throughout the day. Somebody popping by and saying, hey, you got a quick second? Hey, I got a question. Hey, can you help me with this? Or more likely today, where everyone's remote, it's a notification on your smartphone. Something buzzes, something pings or bings, something lights up or flashes. Some app notifies you that something's happening. And you jump off that thing that was important to do and get on the thing that feels urgent. Don't let the urgent distract you from the important. It's too easy. We're kind of wired to jump off things and be attracted to the immediate. And that's why your cell phone apps buzz and bing and light up and flash and vibrate because they want to get your attention. And we know that we'll be directed to that. But when we get directed to the urgent, we take away our time and we rob ourselves of the opportunity to take care of the important. And at the end of the day, you've been there where you go, what did I even do today? I tackled all these things. I put out all these fires, but I didn't get really anything done or move myself closer to a goal because you got distracted from the important by the urgent. So one tip to avoid this is to shut off the smartphone when you're working on something important. Just shut it off. Don't let it distract you. If you're in an office with other people or at home somewhere where there's other people, shut a door, put a sign on it. Do not disturb. Set a time maybe when you'll be back, like do not disturb until 1 p.m. or do not disturb working until 10:30, whatever it is. And let people know, hey, I'll be around, but not till this time. But until that time, hold off on the urgent. I'll get to you and come out when I can help, but right now I'm working on the important. Because if you let the urgent take up your time, it never ends. You will find something urgent all day long. And because we get that dopamine hit and we often get praise for putting out a fire, hey, saw what you did there. Fire raging, you jumped in, solved that problem. Thanks. We get praise. We love that. It feels good. Rarely do we ever get praise like, hey, that thing that didn't happen, that project that went so smoothly that no one was unhappy that you handled, great job. Great job avoiding the fire. Nobody's saying that because there was no fire to notice. So people preventing fires don't get nearly the praise of the people who put out the fires. But in the end, putting out a fire, if your house is on fire and you put out that fire, it doesn't create anything. It just stops the destruction. What we really need to do is spend time on the important where we're building a house. Putting out the fire of our house is good, but it doesn't build. It just stops destruction. And so it's the same with your day. When you're working on the important, you're building. When you're working on the urgent, you're just putting out fires. You're stopping destruction. Now, both can be necessary, but don't confuse the two and don't talk yourself into thinking that working on the urgent is the equivalent of working on the important, because it's not. And at the end of the day, you'll see that. And when you talk to your client or your employer about what you did, you'll see that. When you write a list at the end of the day or the end of the week about what you did or didn't do, you'll see that. And you'll know it. And you can maybe kid somebody else, but you really can't kid yourself. You know when you've accomplished something and when you haven't. So make sure you're keeping a focus on what is important and blocking out time to tackle what is important and stay focused on what is important and don't get distracted by the urgent.